If you could turn back the hands of time with your finances, would you do a lot of things differently? I know I would. I remember blowing money on stuff I don't even have now. Yeah, I had two of those. I had two big, disgusting clarity rocks in my ears. I had to have them. At the beginning of the 2000s, anybody that knows, everybody had the Mitchell & Ness, the backwards hats, the jerseys. They had the big rocks, the earrings, the rollies. I had to have me two diamonds in my ears. I ended up losing one in the Dominican Republic. That brings me to my point. Before we begin, I'm Larry of the No Regret Show. We're about living frugal, having your money work for you, because you know what, we've come upon a time where everybody's about making quick money, but will you have that money later on in life? That is what this channel is about. We're about wealth preservation, making smart financial decisions where you can have your money work for you now, therefore it will work for you in the future, so you can put in less hours if you choose, or you don't have to put in no hours. Now, I'm 44 years old right now. I'm not the oldest guy in the world. I'm not the youngest guy in the world. But here are some things in no particular order that I wish somebody would have really spoke to me about when I was younger. Influence. Don't let other people influence your decisions on how you spend your money. Remember I said the big diamonds, I had to have them? 10 years later, I didn't even know, I didn't need them. I wasn't even wearing them. I don't know where none of that stuff was. I spent money that I could have had work for me on things that I wanted to make myself look like somebody else. I was influenced. It's very easy to be influenced. Just recently, a buddy of mine is looking at a Porsche. He's at the Porsche dealership. Now, this is a nice Porsche, right? He's looking at these cars. I'm not even in the market for a car. He's like, yo, bro, summertime's coming up. You need to hop back into a whip. We can hit the tail of the dragon. If you know what the tail of the dragon is, you know what the tail of the dragon is. If you're a car person, you know all about it. You want to rip and run through cannons. He's like, yo, get something dope. Before I know, at the end of the day, I'm looking at Porsches, I'm looking at BMWs, and then I caught myself. I said, Larry, you're not even in the market for a car. You got a RAV4 that you got to send to Aruba in the garage. What are you going to do with a third car? Larry, listen, I told my boy, yo, my man, good luck to you. That's my right-hand man. Good luck to you. If you get the Porsche, let me borrow it. I'll put some gas in it for you. You know what I'm saying? Drop some change in the back seat. Good luck with it. But I'm not in the market for a car right now. I'm not spending that much money on a car right now. I have other things I got to do. That's how easy we get influenced. We get influenced at a red light with somebody that we don't even know. We get influenced by family members, by friends. I wish somebody would have told me, don't worry about what they're doing. Worry about what you're doing. In my early 20s, my dad, he actually tried talking to me. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear what he had to say. But I wish I would have listened to my father when he was telling me, son, don't pay attention to what your friends are buying. None of that stuff is going to mean anything in the future. And he was right. Number two, I wish I would have bought more cheaper cars. Instead of going out and buying $50,000 cars, $40,000 cars, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 cars, I wish I would have went out and just bought $10,000 cars and drove them into the ground. I wish I did not spend so much money modding my cars, souping them up, buying the newest cars because I'm voiding warranties and all type of stuff like that to make them faster. I believe he told me that too, and I didn't listen. The point is, start listening to people who are older than you. Trust me, it will help you out. I wish I didn't spend all this money on these cars. I'm a car guy. That's the thing that I love. I mean, when it comes to my clothes, I can clean up pretty well, but I'm cheap for the most part when it comes to clothes. Another thing I wish somebody would have told me earlier. Now, I fell into the whole day trading thing. Yes, I did. During the dot-com crash, I lost a crap ton of money. $8,000 was my life savings back then. That was a lot of money to me. At the age of 18, 19, 20, $8,000 is a lot of money in 2001, 2002, 2003. I lost my life savings because I did not listen to people who were telling me, just invest. Don't worry about beating other people that you will never meet. Don't worry about the news. People are telling you who's making what. Don't worry. We didn't have social media that big back then. We didn't have all your Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. We didn't have that. But there were still people competing about their portfolios. Don't worry about competing with people you will never meet. So many people lose out on gains on their portfolios because somebody that they never met will say they got 1% more or they got 5% more. It does not matter what somebody else gets. Your money is your money and their money is their money. Your money is not going to get spent on them and their money is not going to get spent on you. You live your life. Don't worry about that person's return. Worry about your return, because a lot of times, a lot of those people are in high riskier things. They're in 1 or 2 stocks. They're in really risky portfolios, and they will always tell you about the gains, but they're not going to tell you about the extreme losses that they have over the years. A person can be up $20,000 one year, but over the past 7 years, they're down 80,000, 90,000. They went out and bought liabilities. They're behind, okay? Don't worry about them. Do what you got to do, what's best for you. Here's another thing that I wish more people would have pressured me. Pick your friends and the people that you settle down with, meaning your wife or your husband, whatever you choose to do, whoever you choose to settle down with them because you care about them, you love them, and it's right for you. Don't marry a person because your friends like them or your family likes them. You're the one that has to live with them. And if you do not get along, it could be catastrophic financially for you. I'm serious. I went through a divorce. Anybody that has gone through a divorce, if you're a man out there, you know how expensive it is. Some of us had to start over again after we already were established. That is some of the hardest things to do. Some men never recover from that, and some men, it makes you stronger. Marry the person that you love. Be with the person you love. Be with them because you genuinely care about them and they're building you up. They support the things that you love doing. You like doing the things they like doing. You genuinely like doing it. You just don't agree with them because you agree with them. You like to travel, they like to travel. Things usually don't work out if one person's like the sun and the other person hates the sun. I'm telling you right now, you're going to run into issues. Somebody is an extreme saver and the other person is an extreme spender. Marry the person that vibes with you, that you can live with 10, 15, 20, 30 years, because looks fade, but who you're with and their mindset will be there a lot longer than their looks. I wish somebody would have told me to pay my debts on time. Now, I never fell behind on my debts, but I used to carry balances back in the day when it came to credit cards. I would carry balances for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months because I wanted to keep my savings account intact. I didn't want to take any money out of my savings. I wanted to keep my savings there, but I was paying more money when it comes to my credit cards. What I learned to do is pay my credit cards off in full, and then I started a savings plan. I started a plan where a certain amount goes to savings, a certain amount goes to checking, and a certain amount goes to investing, and then the rest of the money I have, we live off of. When that's done, we wait for the next paycheck and we do it all over again. We don't dip into our savings. We don't dip into our investments. Once the money that we have week to week for enjoying things, whether it's going out to shows or eating out, once that's done, we don't dip into any of our savings. Set a plan and stick to it. Most people do not stick to a plan. They do it for a week. They do it for a month. They want quick results. They don't see the results, and then they switch it up and they change it. Stick to your plan, whatever your plan is. Stick to your dieting plan. Stick to your frugal plan. Stick to your plan of paying off your credit cards, your cars, your saving, your investing. It takes time to see a lot of the things that you want to see. It does not happen overnight. And the dog is playing with her toy right there. So if you hear some biting and chewing, that's the dog. She's playing with her toy. Sorry about that. She tends to do that when I record videos in the dining room. She wants to be close. She loves me. But stick to a plan. Don't give up on your plans. Make sure just give it time. Things take time. I like to do stuff. If I set in a plan, I like to give it at least 3 months, whether it's saving for a car or something, because if you start saving and you start a plan, it becomes routine. Write it down. Everything you want to do. I'm serious. You might not want to do this. Write it down one time and then read it to yourself every day. That's what I like to do. And you stick to it. You see, I have a notepad here. A lot of times I like to reread the things that I want to say or do, or things that I want to talk about, or things that I want to achieve. So Watch this video over again if you missed some things. We're going to make more videos like this because we need to do more wealth preservation. A lot of people make quick money now, quick gains, whether it's stocks or crypto, or they get a bonus at their job, and then they go out and buy liabilities. And then 10, 15, 20 years from now, people will be making videos like this and people will be watching them. It's never too late. Remember something. You could be any age. You just got to start and stick to it. Hope you made it to the end of the video. No regrets. Get it.